Hello people, it's me. Yes, and me. Hello everybody, how y'all doing? Another beautiful day. Yeah, it's Friday, the 14th. Yesterday was the 13th. We missed it. Anyway, look, we got some good news to good news to talk about with the Steam Deck. Steam Deck arrives early on time. Listen to this. This from The Verge. Says here, Valve says the Steam Deck is on track to ship by the end of February. Alright. Says here, in November, Valve gave everyone some bad news, revealing 2 months delay for the Steam Deck. Okay, we got it. But we're over it now. It's past tense. We talking about now. Anyway, says, but it's starting off 2022 on a better note. In its latest update, the company says it looked like Steam Deck shipment will start by the end of February. Of course, we're in a pandemic. Facts. And things can always change. Remember I told you guys about that? Okay, alright. But the pre-order window for Verge staffers are holding steady with their original projections. You can check your status here. Alright. Says here, just as important as the hardware, however, is the games that you will try to play on the thing. Valve apparently shipped out hundreds of Steam Deck units to developers last month so that they can make sure their PC games are fully compatible with its software environments and AMD powered hardware. FSR. Anyway, says here testing is required to get a green verified check mark in Steam. And we have already seen posts on social media showing the makers of the most popular titles trying their games out on the Steam Deck. The only thing we don't have, oddly, is a price for our picture of the Steam Deck dock. That's supposed to help you put those games on a big screen. Hopefully, we'll get a look at that and sometime with Valve's latest hardware project in the next few weeks. And that's the end of that. So that's the end of the article. So Steam Deck is on time by the end of February. And developers got a early head start with the Steam Deck to try it out and test it out and see what they can do. But like the article says, we're still in the pandemic, and things could get worse. But by the looks of it, Valve hasn't thrown in the towel, so to speak. They never gave up. The pandemic was, like I told you, was a test for Valve to see if they were going to keep going with this, just because they're having parts delay and shipment issues. Because last year it was supposed to come out, but last year is last year. We're talking about now. So Valve, they never gave up. Even during the pandemic, they kept trying to fight through it to make sure that the Steam Deck gets out on time on the market in people's hands. Now another question I got for them is this, because my first question was like, okay, how many gigs of RAM for the OS? We know the Steam Deck has 16 gigs of RAM. So is it 1 gig of RAM for the OS, 15 for games, 2 gig of RAM for the OS, 14 for games, 3 gigs of RAM for the OS, 13 for games, or 4 gigs of RAM for the OS, 12 for games? That was my first question. My second question is this to Valve. Okay, you're shipping it in February, so how many are we getting? What? 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million? What's the number? I'm joking though. But that's the only question I got for him. But other than that, man, they're showing that they're not giving up. They're not giving up on it. They're gonna follow through on this. You know, pandemic or not. You know, they're following through. So, you know, the pandemic was a real test for them. You know, to see if they were gonna just, you know, if they were gonna stand their ground and follow through. Because one thing about the game industry is this. You know, problems do come up, and it's either you're gonna face the problem and fix it and then try to follow through on it, or you're just gonna fall to the wayside just because you might not have success in the beginning. That don't mean it's over, you know. And giving up is not an option, you know. Like take I mean, I could use Sega as a good example for this. You know, I could use Nintendo with the Wii U in this example, because to me they should have never built the Switch. The answer was right in front of their face. It was the Wii U, and basically the Switch / Game Boy / tablet was sitting on top of the Wii U console. You know, so to me they should have never built the Switch. But you know, when problems come up in the game industry, it's how you go about tackling it. Look at Xbox. You know, like Phil Spencer warned everybody, like, look, sales ain't the end all be all the video games, look. You know, and they worked on the infrastructure, and look at the Xbox One now. Even though they quietly discontinued the Xbox One, we're still in the pandemic, but right now the Xbox One is still thriving because of smart delivery, because of xCloud, and of course Game Pass. So Valve can learn from this, you know. And the pandemic was a test for them to see if they was gonna follow through on the Steam Deck, you know, or they were just talking with loose lips, like, you know, like they were like, oh yeah, Steam Deck, but we're not gonna do nothing. You know, they follow through. So this is good for them, you know, to let them know that the game industry, there's ups and downs in the game industry. You know, you have up moments, down moments, and then sometimes you have moments where things get quiet, but that don't mean you're out the game industry. It's just the way the business is, you know. So this is good for them. I think they should have made some games for the Steam Deck, but make it work on PC computers. I thought they should have had some games for the deck at launch, but that's just me. But I mean, we already know they got Left 4 Dead. They got Half-Life. They got Portal and Team Fortress. So I thought they should have like, you know, come out with a with a new update to one of those games, you know, and make those games the focal point of the Steam Deck, and still let it be compatible with your PC hardware, you know, and then go from there. So that's what I think it should do. But other than that, man, the Steam Deck is good, you know. You know, they're working, they're still sorting things out, trying to get things in order. But the pandemic was a real test for them, man. You know, when you have shipments, you know, when you have shipment, trying to get parts and trying to get these machines built, man. You want to talk about stress and worries? Oh yeah, they were going through it, so they pulled through though. So they say February, the end of February, the Steam Deck is coming. Good. So far, so good. Anyway, latest video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Poor Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.